I grew up in a very safe, very affluent neighborhood. It was unheard of for anyone to lock their cars or houses, and when someone new moved to the neighborhood, it was a mere moments before they were welcome with open arms and open doors. Despite being surrounded by what could be described as one large neighborhood family, my mom was very particular about house rules being followed. One of which was never going out alone, walking to a friend's house. Three of us have to go, so the two could walk home together after dropping you off. It was rare, but occasionally just the two of us will be able to sneak out from under her watchful eye and run to the corner store a few blocks down for some candy or soda. One sweltering day during the summer, I turned 9. I found myself home alone and restless. I decided to take my sister's cool new 10-speed for a spin around the block a few times. Now, even though I was tall for my age, the bike was still a few inches too big for me. I decided that didn't matter, jumped on, started pedaling. My first lap around the neighborhood went off without a hitch. Birds were chirping, sun was shining, and the wind blowing through my curled hair felt wonderful. Second lap around the block, I passed an older, unfamiliar car parked on the side of the road. The sun reflecting off the huge scrape down the side temporarily shocked my vision into bright blue stripes which I previously tried to blink away. The third lap, I saw the car pull off the side of the road heading towards me, and a tiny pit of unease began to grow in my stomach as the driver slowed when he passed me. I chalked up being scared of getting caught out alone and continued on my way. I picked up speed as I rounded the corner towards my house and decided to go for one more time around the block. But to make it quick, so I beat my mom home, and avoided trouble I knew I'd be in if she caught me out alone. I hit the bottom of the hill next to our house with some speed and started to climb to the top, slowing more and more the closer I got. By the time I reached the top of the hill, I had to stop and catch my breath, teetering the too tall bike at my hip as I struggled to catch my breath. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. My arms locked on the handlebars, and every inch of my body froze. I had been caught. I just knew it. I heard a car creeping up behind me, and it just had to be my mom, but it wasn't. When the relief should have washed over me, the unknown dread only deepened, further stiffening my frozen still limbs. I turned to see the same old car with the same blinding scratch down the side, slowing down right next to me. The man stopped the car right next to my bike on the wrong side of the street, and through his opening driver door, started to ask me if I had seen a stray dog running about. Because his had come off the leash and run off, I froze. This cliche question is the one they warn us about in school, the one every kidnapper supposedly uses. I decided if I answered him firmly and rode my bike away that he will know his plan won't work on me. Plus he might just really be looking for his dog. That was my plan. My terrified body betrayed the plan and was trembling. No, it's all I could manage. As I fumbled my feet to the pedals of this too big bike, his car door flew open and out he lunged. No! I said again as I wobbled my way past his open car door, his hand brushing the back of my shirt and knocking my back tire as I pedaled as fast as I could the 50 feet to the next driveway I saw. I pedal, legs burning up the drive, bringing my front tire so hard into my neighbor's front step that it bent the wheel. My body catapulted over the handlebars, and I burst through my neighbor's front door. Eddie, help! My neighbor was not home. I ran into the kitchen, still calling in hopes I was wrong. Eddie! What are you doing? A man's voice behind me. And I froze, hearing my heartbeat in my ears, feeling the blood pumping through my veins, knowing that this was it. I slowly turned around, not knowing what else to do, and there stood my neighbor's son home from college. I dissolved into tears, gulping out what happened. He tossed the bent bike into the back of his truck and drove me around the corner to the safety of my home. My mom was home and had the look of death in her eyes until she saw my tear-streaked face. The police were called. The neighbors were called. The car had been spotted frantically circling the block the few minutes following our encounter, but he was gone by the time police arrived. To this day, 20 years later, I still have a hard time riding my bike alone. I still get chills when cars slow down next to me. I still wonder if the next girl was as lucky as I.